You know what? This is when I think about the my experiencing her as a as a consumer of art. Like I remember as a kid, like seeing the Private Dancer album. So like that's where she starts for me. You know what I mean? So like you see that album. Like I didn't know, because my dad is like had a bunch of albums and stuff. So like to me it didn't even connect that. Like I was like, oh, there was a Tina Turner before she was this thing, And so I can remember that, and then watching the movie, watching What's Love Got to Do with It, and Angela Bassett's amazing performance as Tina Turner, where I think she, really just embodied everything about her. And then that made me go, because I already love biopics anyway, and then that made me go, I have to read her story and I need to hear it in her words. And so it really just provided a lot of context just for, because, biopics leave things out, and you get to actually hear it from her in her own words, and you just go, man, like, and it just made me like love her even more. And like, just, my connection as far as like, just again, just respecting her as an artist, like I used to drive everybody crazy, because there was a point in my life where I would act out most of the scenes to What's Love Got to Do with It, and then be told to go sit my ass down somewhere because they were like, you think you funny. You ain't funny. You think you funny. Why you always, and so it was so just something about like her being a performer, and then me thinking that I was good enough to even try to be acting this out in front of people is ridiculous. But again, also shows just the inspiration, of who she is. But yeah, but her story just in general is, it's the resilience. It's just the perseverance, all those different things. And then especially, also having watched that documentary where you're like, yeah, people tried to distill her story to go, oh, well, this was this woman who had this thing with this man. And you're like, no. She was still going to be Tina Turner regardless of him in her life, and again, and also being a woman of a certain age, as a kid, or when you're younger and you see these things where you go, oh, well, her being a rock, artist at 40, like that's, it seems like such a far off thing. But then when you grow older yourself, you're like, man, that was something really amazing that she was, because people always love to write off Black women anyway, and Black women as artists and Black women as performers. And it's like, and here's a woman who said, none of what you think about me matters to me. I know what I'm capable of, and I'm going to do this thing. And not only am I going to do this thing, I'm going to thrive. And you just see, it's like once she broke free, it just, whatever it was that he had in her life, it's like, hey, you know what? Cool. You introduced her to us, but she was always who she was, and her career speaks for itself. And, and I just, I will always just be very grateful that we were able to have Tina Turner, Anna Mae Bullock in our life, so always very thankful for that.
Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas.